Hi, I'm Douglas Bischoff. I am a cinematographer for commercials and independent film here in Richmond, Virginia. We are here in the studios of lovely BES Studios just outside of downtown Richmond. And I've had the opportunity for the past couple weeks to work with Tilta's new remote follow focus, the Nucleus Nano, which is in this box. I want it on my camera, so let's do that. First thing to tell you about this is the name, Nano. What does that mean? Look it up. It means small. This particular unit is geared for people who are doing either solo operation or who might be using a gimbal and do not want a large, bulky follow focus device. Box itself, nice carrying case. I've kept it in this for the past couple weeks. This case has been on through the delicate and tender hands of the United States air traffic system. So it survived. It's also been on a grip truck, and you know what that can do to your gear. So thank you, Tilta, for providing a thoughtfully padded and hard shell case. Comes with some instructions which are very well laid out, and while they do give you a lot of information with lovely typography, there are a few things missing from here. We'll go into that in a minute. Inside are a couple of key pieces. Number one, the motor itself. That's it. Can I get a crash zoom? Because that's it. Nano, boom, right there. Control wheel. The next thing that's kind of important here are these batteries. Now these are supplied by Tilta. They come in the case. These are not, though they may appear to be your standard AA's, they aren't. These are an INR high capacity lithium ion battery. They come with two, and that'll get you through most shoot days, but if you're expecting to be able to just go out and buy some batteries to replace it, make sure you get the same kind. It will not work with your standard AA's. Now this is clever. This is a mounting plate that will allow you to attach the motor unit to a camera that does not come equipped with a rail system of some kind. So this would bolt to the bottom of your camera and create a new base plate to which you could attach your gimbal or what have you, and it provides you with a rail which you can attach here to which that goes. There's your system to put it on a camera that may otherwise not have any kind of rail system at all. The charger for the batteries comes along with it, and this is kind of clever. I've never seen this before. This is a magnetic charger. Clever. Just clips right on magnetically. This goes into any standard USB port that's providing 5 volts, and away it goes. There's a status light here that will blink to indicate that it's charging and go solid when it is charged. Very clever, guys. Thank you for thinking of that. There are several different cables here to allow you to control the motor or the camera, depending on what sort of gimbal you have. And you can also use any standard USB cable, such as this one, in various lengths with a micro end. Here is a small bracket that allows you to attach the control wheel to several different types of gimbal, including the Crane 2 and Tilta's own gimbal. And lastly, as far as mounting goes, this bracket will allow you to attach it to the handle of a gimbal that does not have a screw attachment point, or, like I do, attach this to the pan handle of a tripod. For folks using lenses that are not geared for follow focus, they are thoughtfully including a pair of follow focus clamp-on gearing straps. These are really nice. They allow you to have different sizes of barrel of lens, and they also provide a minimal amount of overlap that is going to get in the way of your lens if it has a long travel. Nicely done. Warranty registration card, as one might expect. There are several screws and tools, Allen keys in this case, hex wrenches, to allow you to use all of the various attachments. I love it when a manufacturer thinks to give you the tools you need so that everything comes right out of the box ready to go. Appreciate that. And where would we be without these lovely little stickers? I think there's something that makes me want to yell, Sparta! But I think it's the Tilta logo. Either way, very cool. So let's put it on the camera. In this particular case, we're going to be using a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, which is a good camera for this, as a lot of people are using these on gimbals, which is one of the things this is best suited for. So you can use the rail mount system that comes with it if you don't happen to have a camera system that includes rails. I'd like to point out, just as a side note, that I have chosen the Tilta Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K cage, which is what you're seeing here. And while this isn't a review for that, I will say, love it! It's fantastic. The motor itself fits on with a single rail adapter on a 15mm rail. You would mesh it with your focus gear. That's it. It's on. It's ready to go. Or is it? There's no battery in here. There's no power. There's no button for power. Fortunately, Tilta has included several cables which will go to popular gimbals to allow you to power this unit right off the gimbal's battery itself. So that's excellent. If you don't have that option, then what I recommend is get some sort of small external battery, lipstick style USB battery stick. When you plug it into the side port, provides the unit with power, and as you can see, turns it on. Now, the only pieces of information you're typically going to be interested in right here is the channel number. Obviously, the channel of the transmitter and the receiver need to be the same. But if you happen to notice that the follow focus motor is behaving erratically, it might be that you're receiving interference from some other channel. Consider changing channels as a way to get rid of that. To do that, the instruction book says to press the up button or down button, which I spent about 5 minutes doing to no effect, till I discovered you double tap to increase the number or decrease. And that is your secret tip for today. That's not in the manual. However, it's a great idea that Tilta had, because a simple bump of this while you're in operation is all too easy to do, and you don't want this changing channel on you in the middle of a shoot. So the fact that it takes a double tap in order to increase or decrease the channel is actually a great feature. Now we move to hand controller. It's very nice. I like the wood grain. Nice touch. It has a battery door right here, which, according to the directions printed right on it, pull toward yourself and it will open. And you need to take one of these lithium-ion batteries and slot it in with the positive terminal facing up, and then push this closed until it clicks. Next, power on the hand wheel by holding down the record button, and calibrate by holding down the cal button for 3 seconds. Now here's something Tilta did that's really clever that I appreciated, because if you're working in the dark, sometimes knowing when you've pressed the button and for how long is tricky. When you first hold this down, there's going to be a slight vibration bump where the unit actually gives you some tactile feedback. If you hold it down for 3 seconds, it will begin the calibration operation, and to know that you've got it done correctly, it'll give you another bump called haptic feedback, and I think that's a really nice touch that Tilta put into this thing. Now I'd like to point out that the focus travel is very quick. With lenses that have a very smooth and very light amount of force required to turn the focus wheel, you'll find that this is very snappy. There's no lag appreciable between my motions and the lens motions. If you find that you need to change the focus direction because you are either left or right-handed, or you want to change the direction of turn between the control focus wheel and the lens, press and hold the up button to enter the menu system, double tap to enter the wheel direction, and use the down arrow to switch. You'll notice the lens switches immediately to the same focus position, but either clockwise or counterclockwise. Once you're done, simply do nothing for a few moments until the channel reappears on the LCD screen. That's pretty much it. The Tilta Nucleus Nano is a remarkably small, remarkably affordable follow focus device built for run and gun shooters, gimbal operators, and single operators. Does an amazing job for an unbelievable price. I would like to thank 2 people who helped out a lot for this review. First of all, Director of Photography Curtis Boggs, who lent his time and his equipment to allow this to be possible, and also BES Studios of Richmond, Virginia, who donated the beautiful space to allow us to film this review. I'm Doug Bischoff, Director of Photography based in Richmond, Virginia. Am I in focus? How about now? How about now?